Everything in this life has a consequence. Every decision that you make has a consequence. It's going to be a good consequence or it's going to be a bad consequence. But you must understand that everything has a consequence. Before I start, it's okay to make mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes. Everybody makes decisions that they may regret or make decisions that they end up realizing that it wasn't a good decision. But a mistake is not something that you knowingly do. A mistake is something that you unknowingly do. A mistake is something you go into thinking it's for the good, thinking that nothing bad can come out of it, but something bad ends up coming out of it. Like say you go ride a bike. You're riding a bike for the first time down the street as a little kid. You got the training wheels off, you see a curb coming up or like the little, or the things that be in the road that stop the cars, the bumps in the road. You see one of those and you may try to curve out the way and you curve out the way to try to stay on the straight pavement or the straight concrete street, whatever it is. You do that, curve out the way to try to get over the bump because you don't want to go over the bump and end up falling, because subconsciously in your mind, when you first start riding a bike, you may think, oh, if I go over this bump, this is my first time doing this, I think I'm gonna fall. I want to just stay on the straight path that's real easy and smooth. This bump may end up making me fall because I'm not used to it. This is my first time going over this bump, this hill in life. And then you end up curving around the bump and you end up falling. That's a mistake. That's what you call a mistake. Because you're doing something thinking there's good intentions behind it, but you end up falling and hurting yourself in the end. That's a mistake. If I'm going out here and I'm committing a crime or I'm doing something to hurt somebody, and after I do that, it comes to the realization, oh, I shouldn't have did that. That was a bad thing to do. When you knew going into it, because before you make a bad decision that you know you're about to make, that you know has severe consequences in any type of way to anyone or to yourself or to anything, your spirit will tell you, your spirit will give you a good, like you will have a gut feeling that lets you know that this is probably not a good decision. This is probably going to end bad, but I'm going to do it anyways just because I feel like doing it, just because I want to do it. And then once it happens and something bad comes out of it, you want to say it's a mistake. It's not a mistake. That's something you wanted to do. And I think when people use the word mistake too much, in my opinion, for things that they know that they were doing. They use mistake because it takes away full accountability. People can't fully say, I did this because I wanted to. I did this because I felt like doing it. People will try to use so many things to justify why they do certain things in life. People will use so many excuses, and I'm so tired of people using excuses. If my voice sounds a little bad, I think I'm getting sick or my sinuses is messing up. The weather changing down here in Texas, so I don't feel right. But people use so many excuses for dumb mistakes, and they want to play, oh, look at me. Oh, my life is bad. Oh, I'm depressed. Oh, this and that. You're depressed because you're making dumb mistakes, and you continue to keep making these mistakes. For what? Either you're going to keep making the mistakes and keep being in this depressed mind state, keep getting these bad consequences and bad results that keeps coming up in your life, or you're going to make a change. What are you going to do? Are you going to continue to make those mistakes, or are you going to make a change? Because every decision in your life matters, bro. Every decision in your life matters. To anybody who's young, anybody who's a teenager, like, who's not fully into adulthood yet, if you see this, bro, remember, bro, think about everything you do before you do it, bro. Think about what could possibly happen if I make this decision. What bad outcomes could come out of this? They teach us to not think negative, but sometimes it's good to think about the negative that could happen in a situation. Because if we go into everything with a positive mindset, thinking it's going to be okay, and then you put all these expectations on something that is going to be good, that's how you get heartbroken. That's how you end up losing, and you regret the decision you made. Instead of going into something knowing, okay, if I go into this, this is the consequence that could happen if this happens. If I see this, this is a red flag that could possibly be in the future that could come up. So I have to pay attention to those things. If you know you have friends, if you're hanging around friends, young men, young men, bro. If you're hanging around a group of people who you know gets into trouble, but you're one of those type who don't get into trouble, like you understand and you smart enough to know, okay, I can't do this, but you still want to hang around them and you still want to go places with them knowing they not up to really no good. If you get into a situation with them to where y'all both going to jail, getting locked up, you can't really be mad at nobody but yourself. You can't blame them saying, you know, those are my friends and, you know, I just went with them because, you know, they wanted me to, this and that. No, you have the power to make your own decisions. You have the power to control a lot of things in this life. A lot of power to control it. But are you capable enough to be in control? Are you capable enough to be in control? Because a lot of people aren't capable enough to be in control of their life because they make stupid decisions and make excuses for it. There is no excuse for dumb mistakes that you constantly make. There's no excuse for it. So we need to stop doing that. Everywhere I go, I see it with family, I see it with friends, I see it with relationships. It's so many excuses. People are so, I'm not gonna say that. That's gonna be my next video. It's just so many excuses, bro. So many excuses, and I'm so sick of it. We have to realize that every decision has a consequence. And we have to be smart going into everything. Be vigilant. Be vigilant. Look at every outcome that you can imagine that could come out of any decision that you're about to make. If you want to move to this new state, because whoever's watching this, you may want to move to another state. Look at the bad things about the area that you're moving to. Look at the good things about the area that you're moving to. Look at the weather. Look at, do they get hurricanes? Do they get a lot of tornadoes? Do they get floods? Do they get earthquakes? Do they get tsunamis? You have to pay attention to these things because you could move to a new state and you could be like, oh, okay, this and that. I'm going to live by the beach. You know, it's just all sunshine and rain and sunny skies and palm trees. Now you getting hit with a tsunami. Oh, where did that tsunami come from? I didn't know y'all got tsunamis. I wasn't prepared for that. You wasn't prepared because you didn't think about the possible outcomes about that decision you made of moving there. When you're in a relationship with somebody or about to start a relationship with somebody, pay attention to the red flags. It's okay to do that. It's okay to do that. If you see red flags in a person that you know could hinder or be a detriment to your relationship in the future, pay attention and you make a decision based off that. If you're gonna stay, you're gonna stay. But you gotta know if that comes up, if that red flag you seen comes up and it causes something big to happen in a relationship to where you gotta walk away, you can't be mad at nobody but yourself. Nobody, because you seen it, but you just didn't pay attention. Your gut feeling, like I told y'all earlier, your spirit, it told you. Pay attention to that right there. What you see right there is what you may get in the future. You better pay attention, boy. I'm telling you. But like I said though, every decision got a consequence. Quit using the word mistakes too much. Own up to what you did, bro. Own up to what you did and take full responsibility for it. Be like, okay, I did this. You know, I wanted to do that. Look what came out of it. Okay, I did that. Cool. Let's move on to the next thing. I learned from it. Let's go on and move on. What we gonna do, bro? Are we gonna keep making excuses for dumb decisions? Or are we gonna stop making or are we gonna stop making dumb decisions? You gotta choose, bro. You gotta choose. I'm tired of walking around here seeing people in messed up situations, or even me in messed up situations, knowing I shouldn't be in that situation because they seen the bad outcome that could come out of that. And they still decided to walk into it, still decided to go to that place, still decided to go there. And now they in a bad situation. Now they trying to recover from dumb decisions they done made. You went out as a young child, not as a young child. You went out as an adult male and you went and hung out with people who like to drink and smoke and stuff like that. And then you don't even smoke, but you done got peer pressure into smoking. You done got peer pressure into drinking. Now, you done got hooked on a drug. That's your fault, bro. That's your fault. You got to be strong enough to say, I ain't doing that, bro. I may be hanging around y'all. Y'all may be smoking and drinking, but you're not finna make me do something I don't want to do. And that's what people do, bro. People let peer pressure get to them and they make decisions that they didn't even want to do. And now they suffer the consequences for it. And it's nobody's fault but yours. It's nobody's fault but yours. Let God deal with them for trying to get you to do that. Let God deal with them. They'll pay for that. But the decision you made, that's on you. That ain't on nobody else but you. So be smart. Be vigilant. Be smart, bro. Be smart. That's all I got for y'all today. If you like this video, leave a thumbs up. I don't got many subscribers right now. It's cool. You know, I like doing this. Subscribe to the channel. Share it if you want to. You feel me? Leave a thumbs down. It don't matter. Just hope you enjoyed the video. I'm going to continue to keep dropping motivational videos for y'all. Just trying to teach people, especially like the younger guys, like who teenagers, you know, and they're about to go into adulthood. I really want this channel to be for them. Because I just want to teach them and show them how to be prepared for the things that's going to end up taking place in their life. So I appreciate y'all for watching.